Hi, fifth graders. Welcome to your March fifth grade book talk. This time we're going to be talking about books that I have found that are in your AR range for your grade level. And so we're going to talk about those, and I'm going to send over a hard copy of some of the summaries, well, actually of all of them except for the nonfiction stuff, and I took it right from the AR Bookfinder, so you won't even have to scan them, you won't have to look them up, you can just look right at them, and it's going to tell you all the information, and if it's going to have anything in it that maybe not what your parents would want you to read. Okay, so the first book we're going to talk about today is called Granite. This is by John David Anderson, and it is a magical land called the Haven. Lives a young fairy named Ophelia. Ophelia is no ordinary fairy. She is a granter, one of the selected fairies whose job is to venture out into the world and grant the wishes of unsuspecting humans. This is worth 5.5. It's a 5.5 book level, and it's worth 11 points. Timefetch is by Amy Herrick. When the Timefetch Voyagers causes the fabric of the universe to unravel and blur the boundaries between worlds and dimensions, Loner Edward and his classmates must band together. This book does have some plot of violence. It is a 4.9 book level, and it's worth 10 points. The New Kid is by Marvis Jukes. When almost 9-year-old Carson Bloom and his father moved to North California, he is worried about adjusting his new large public school and finding friends. This is a book level of 4.6, worth 6 points. How to Steal a Dog is by Barbara O'Connor. Forced to live in the family car after her father leaves, Georgina persuades her younger brother to help her in a scheme to get money by stealing a dog and then claiming the reward. Oh my. The book level is a 4.1, and it's worth 5 points. Mission Bombay is by Mahtab Nashimba. And it says, when Dylan spends a month in Bombay with his friend Rahul, he can't seem to do anything right, while Rahul struggles to convince his family to let him finish his education in America. This book contains some profanity. Okay, it's a book level of 5.0, and it's worth 9 points. Wildfire. Wildfire is by Rodman Philbrick. Sam Keston is at summer camp when the camp is evacuated ahead of a fast-moving wildfire. After making the mistake of going back for his phone, he finds himself left behind, disoriented, and running for his life. This book is a 4.5 book level, worth 5 points. The next book is Dragon Captives. Dragon Captives is by Lisa McMahon. Magical twins Pfeiffer and Thisbe Stowe have spent their entire lives wishing for an adventure when a dragon shows up claiming that his family is being kept as slaves in their homeland. The twins sneak off to the land of the dragons to help him. This is the first book in this series, has a book level of 5.4, and it's worth 12 points. Forest of Wonders, this is part of the Wing and Claw series by Lyndon Sue Park, is discovering a medicinal plant deep in the forest while treating an injured animal. A young apothecary is alarmed when the creature manifests side effects, prompting the young man to conduct research in a city filled with untrustworthy people. First book in this series. Wolf Hollow by Lauren Wolk is about a 12-year-old Annabelle must learn to stand up for what's right in the face of a manipulative and violent new bully who targets people Annabelle cares about, including a homeless World War I veteran. This book is a book level 4.9, worth 9 points. This book's called The Guardians of Griffin's Claw. It's by Todd Gallicano. A mysterious, reoccurring dream leads Sam London to discover that mythical creatures are real and living in our national parks, and that his dream may mean that the secret of their existence is in danger. This is the first book in this series. It is a 5.9 book level worth 14 points. Grayling Song by Karen Cushman. In an alternate medieval England, Grayling finds self-confidence when her mother is turned into a tree by evil forces, and Grayling must venture into the wilds to reverse the spell. This is a 5.8 book level worth 6 points. Remarkables by Margaret Peterson Haddix. Marin and her neighbor Charlie hope that preventing a disaster that occurred 20 years ago, they can save Charlie's dad from the future of guilt and self-destructive behavior. A book level of a 5.3 worth 9 points. Ghost Sitter by Penny Griffin. When she realizes that her new house is haunted by the ghost of a girl who used to live here, Charlotte tries to help her find peace. Book level 4.8 and 4 points. Disaster Days by Rebecca Behrens. Hannah's first real babysitting job turns into a nightmare when a major earthquake knocks out power and phones, cuts off the island, and leaves her stranded with 2 children. It's a book level of 5.3 worth 10 points. Macaroni Boy by Karen Aries. In Pittsburgh, 1933, Mike Costa notices a connection between several strange occurrences, but the only way he can find out the truth about what's happening is to be nice to the class bully. Book level 4.7, AR points 6. Mouseheart by Lisa Fiedler. Hooper is just an ordinary pet shop mouse before he escapes. Soon he finds himself below the streets of Brooklyn, deep within the tangles of transit tunnels, and in Atlantia, a glorious utopian rat civilization. But all is not what it seems. This is the first book in this series. The book level is a 5.7 and it's worth 10 points. Fat and Bones and Other Stories by Larissa Theroux. When Farmer dies, the decades-old feud between his son Bones and Fat, a fairy who lives in a tree on the farm, escalates, with surprising consequences for Bones' mother and all the other farm animals. This is a 4.7 book level worth 2 points. The Silver Bowl by Diane Stanley. From the age of 7, when she became a scullery maid, Molly has visions of the future which years later lead her and her friend Tobias on an adventure to keep Alaric, the heir of the throne, safe from a curse. This plot contains violence. It has a book level of 4.7 worth 8 points. Half Upon a Time by James Riley. Jack's grandfather is pushing him to find a princess and get married. So when a young lady falls out of the sky wearing a shirt that says Punk Princess and is looking for her grandmother, who looks like a long missing Snow White, Jack helps her out. Book 1, book level 5.5, worth 11 points. The Year My Parents Ruined My Life by Martha Freeman. Kate has her entire world turned upside down when she has to move to California to snowy Pennsylvania, where she tries to adjust to a new climate, a new school, and new friends. Book level 4.3, AR points 5. Cat Wings by Ursula Le Guin. 4 young cats with wings leave the city slums in search of a safe place to live, finally meeting 2 children with kind hands. This is the first book in this series. It's a book level of 4.3 and it's worth a half of a point. It is a teeny little quick read. If you need just a little couple of extra points, if you want the rest of them in the series, let me know. We have them. Cosmos by Carly Saraski. Cosmo, a golden retriever, narrates a hilarious, heart-tugging tale of a dog and his humans as he tries to keep his family together while everything around them falls apart. It is a book level 4.9, worth 8 points. So if you are a dog lover, you might want to go for Cosmo. A Sailor Returns by Theodore Taylor. Evan Bryant's life has changed forever when a letter arrives from his grandfather who's been presumed dead for 30 years. It has a book level of 4.7 and worth 3 points. It's not a real big book, pretty quick read. And the last book we're going to talk about today is called Broken Strings by Eric Walters. A violin and a middle school musical unleash a dark family secret. It has a co-author of Kathy Kaser as a book level 4.8, and it's worth 9 points. The rest of the books that are going to be coming in your classroom collection this time are all Magic Treehouse Fact Finders. So they all have AR points associated with them. They're all written inside their book, but I'll show you the ones that we have that I'm sharing with you today. We have one for snakes and reptiles, Leonardo da Vinci, mummies and pyramids, baseball, dog sledding and extreme sports, ghosts, tsunamis and other natural disasters, sea monsters, the Wild West, World War II, Benjamin Franklin, pandas and other endangered animals, soccer, dragons and mythical creatures, Texas, narwhals and whales, warriors, and finally, ninjas and samurai. So these are the books that are going to be in your 5th grade classroom collection this month. I hope you enjoy them. If you have any other requests that you would like, or if there are more books that you would want, just let me know. You guys have a great month, and I will talk to you next month during our book talk. Have a great month.